Okay, this is the Kettlebell Snatch. Okay, we're going to do it with one hand. Kettlebell Snatch is built off of your swing and your clean, the power clean, and that all three of them are primarily hip hinge movements, and each one of them, each step up you go in the ladder takes a little more control, a little more precision with where you guide that bell to. With the snatch, you're going to load it up this direction just like you would your swing, a one-handed swing. Sit back into your hips, back stay straight, core tight, load up the glutes and hamstrings, drive through your hips and use that thrust from your hips to propel the bell out in front. Whereas with the swing, it would stop here, right about chest height. With the snatch, we're going to guide it all the way up. And one of the things you have to consider is as that bell's coming up to the top, you don't want it to smack you in the wrists. And there's two different ways you can go about that. One, you can let the bell kind of float over your hand, punch your hand through the handle and grip it at the top. Or you can allow the hand holding the bell to rotate a bit, so you're here at the bottom, your thumb is pointing straight back behind you, snap through it, and as you come up, you kind of rotate that thumb back around, and the bell will just kind of float around your wrist and land nicely up at the top. As far as your grip goes, in the bottom of that, when you're really winding up, you want that grip tight. As you're going through the transition, you want to loosen your grip up a little bit so that the bell can move. If you grip too tight, it's going to slow the bell's transition down, and you're going to get whacked in the wrist. And then as you get to that lockout position up here, you want to re-grip hard. Okay, so this is what that's going to look like. Deep breath, pack everything tight. Turn back up a little bit so you can see. Now, there's two ways down from here. You can let it drop. If you do that, you gotta be able to control it and get out of the way as the bell's coming down, and use that momentum to help feed the next rep. Or from that lock position, bring it down to your rack, and then back down again. The rack position being here. I'll show you what it looks like. Deep breath. Back to the rack position. Just so you can see what that looks like from the side. What you do with the other hand while you're doing that, I like to keep it out of the way. Ideally, you want to keep that fist balled up. The more tension you create in that arm, the more stability you have through your shoulders. That exercise, the snatch, it's a great conditioning tool if you know how to use it right. It's a great way to train your hip hinge, which is your deadlift motions. Hits the glutes, hits the hamstrings, hits the shoulders. And if you use a fairly lightweight, it's a great conditioning tool or metabolic tool. If you go heavy, it's a very accessible way to develop power and explosiveness. It's a nice complement to some of your Olympic lifts, and the Olympic lifts are far more technical than the kettlebell ballistics are. So if you have somebody that needs to develop some pop in their hips and some explosiveness, whether you're an athlete or you're somebody in an older population, older populations need that pop in their hips too. The kettlebell ballistics, the swing, clean, the snatch, those are all good ways to help develop that.